Alrighty, hello and good afternoon. So, another day, another run. I feel like we're doing a bunch of different stuff this particular week. So, alright, XCOM 2 War of the Chosen. Long story short, it is a expansion to X2. Basically adds a whole bunch of different dynamic events. For all intents and purposes, it is functionally a lot more like a board game, of all things, weirdly enough. But came with second wave options, came with enemies that will chase you through multiple fights. Came with a whole bunch of new customizable stuff and everything else. Also got TLP when it came out, so it was free at the time. And also there's just a bunch of fancy old guns from the other XCOM and all that kind of thing. But anyway, so as far as extra options go, so Beta Strike basically means that most things have their health doubled or a little less. I personally just find it makes it a lot more interesting because there's a lot less like, oh, you got into a fight and Overwatch trapped everything and the entire pot is gone. Yes, that kind of stuff is satisfying. However, it's really, really fun to actually have to be forced to go take on fights. Basically, it's the thing that the Long War, X Division, all that kind of thing usually does on its own, and this simple little change actually changes that. So that also increases mission timers by 50%. Also increased mission timers by double anyway, so they're going to be way too long. Personally, I think it's just long enough. Feels like there's a bigger emphasis on actually playing the game and less on trying to rush everybody in a big old suicide rush to get out of there. Doubles avatar length, so you can fail more missions. But yeah, right here, Grim Horizon. All dark events are permanent. So, for example, if 1 month you fail to stop the whole zombie horde type situation, you get Lost World, you are permanently going to have zombies appearing in all maps for the rest of the campaign. It's pretty fantastic. There's a few other ones, but they're whatever. Realistically, I expect this run to fail. I would not expect this to go well at all, but let's go ahead and do this thing. Obviously, enable Ironman. And then, yeah, we're just going to leave everything integrated. Lost and Abandoned is a story mission. Meh. I don't really care about the story missions. I do care about all the dynamic stuff, though. And we can actually just probably go ahead and skip this, because basically what they're saying is your character from the first game is captured. Oh, hey, look, they got friends that are also spies, and they're going to sneak them out of there in really comically dumb fashion. Anyway, we're just going to skip that. Because odds are we probably won't even start with the Reaper. Basically, if you turn on the story missions, you go for everything default. You'll start off with the Reaper that technically rescues your main character. However, it's randomized this time around. Just leave the intro here because it's kind of cool.
Despite the attempted attack by fringe elements, operations at the new facility in Paris thankfully remain unaffected.
In response to the unprovoked intrusion on the eve of
Also, by the way, the game will not look nearly this good once it actually starts, because I have everything turned down to minimum so that there isn't lag.
Small number of dissidents again repeat the mistakes of the old world.
Striking as we celebrate a benevolent savior.
Also, gotta love how nobody's using cover in that little scene there. Seems legit. Though I always really appreciate the detail that one of the Thin Men is their announcer. Makes total sense.
Peacekeeping forces have already made several preemptive arrests of known collaborators. Advent again assures all citizens that today's celebrations will continue as planned.
Yay, get an ethereal statue!
The Advent administration reminds you to report all suspicious activity to your nearest peacekeeper. Only together can we build a better tomorrow. Approaching position. You were right.
Nobody can even understand you. What are you saying?
Plans for today.
Stay focused. Prep gate crasher. 60 seconds.
And nobody in line heard that. I mean, considering what you find out about him in the background stories there's really no reason that he couldn't have just done that himself.
Now.
Also, for that matter, there's no reason they couldn't have just used the Reaper to do that without involving any of them. But, of course, that's the weird part, once you start involving all the other characters. Also, funny part is, these guys are not even going to be there. Alright, now for the actual start. Because, yeah, the intro is supposed to be those two characters are fighting their way out, and one of them sacrifices themselves, and then Kelly's the last one that makes it, and then the one guy gets promoted into a heavy. And that's your intro, and it works. It does the job. Personally, I don't know. I don't know about the intros.
It's time to take the fight to Ad.
They just seem a little forced.
Better to take down a public target.
Okay, who do we start with here? Looks like we got Artorias, so we start off with a Templar. Started off with, I think that's a Rose from Legend of Dragoon there. By the way, the character pool that I have for this is basically just, I'd say most of the characters from most games I've ever played and loved as a kid. And yeah, by the way, if you're wondering about the landing cutscene, yeah, that thing's always jobby. Let's see who else is here. That's, crap, who is that?
-1-5. We have a fix on the target. Move to place.
So yeah, if you're playing this under the normal XCOM rules and all that kind of thing, this is all going to be randomized. So start off with Lance Hamilton. Start off with Artorias, Lizard Roast. Oh, it's Evan! Congratulations, Evan, you're automatically the first guy on the team. Fitting. And yeah, Rose the Black Monster. Which, alrighty then.
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
I guess kind of spoilers for that game. Now, as you can see, everyone's health is doubled. They usually start off with like 4 or 5 here. These guys, apparently we lost sight of them already. Similar type situation. No, well, guess it wouldn't hurt to have this guy up here. So yeah, Templars basically laser sword units, as weird as that sounds. Everyone else is just a basic rookie.
Target position.
Alright.
These guys make up the bulk of the Advent forces we've dealt with.
Actually, I don't know if the volume's up loud enough.
But their obedience makes them predictable.
There we go. Turn it up a little bit, because the music is pretty fantastic, actually. And yeah, Evan the Lizard Roaster is going to go over here.
No need to ask twice.
That's why he's got a welding mask, I forgot about that. And can we zoom in there? I think it's T for additional zoom. There we go. He's got the nice, happy, smiley welding mask. Alright. Let's bring you up here. Hopefully that's far enough, and let's put you here. So basically the idea is right now they're being all stealthy-like until they get seen, which is pretty unlikely given how stuff's going right here. Until they get seen, that they can kind of just move around relatively undetected. There's ways to turn that back on as the game goes on for certain classes, however, we're not using any of those at the moment. So the ideal here, starting off with a Reaper, or not a Reaper, but a Templar. I'm going to use him as a finisher. I'm going to go over here to make sure there's nobody around the side, because there's usually 3 or 4 pods. So yeah, there we go.
To the sectoids first encountered during the invasion, their genetic structure now includes human DNA. They are stronger than ever, with an even greater psionic potential.
Alright, so we are no longer attacking this turn.
Affirmative, moving out.
Alright, you actually need to probably head over this way. Because while these guys are just going to be doing basic shooty type stuff, that guy can mind control and... Oof. Yeah, never mind. I guess we're just going to fight everything at once. Great idea.
We're not sure whether to chalk it up to training or stricter mind control.
Alright. You just stay there, you stay there.
I'm on it.
The green bar that's on them is will. Basically, willpower goes down as the mission goes down. It's how much time they'll have to recover after it's done. Now, are they all going to be out? Yes, they're all out of range. Meaning, technically, might have the option to go deal with that one. So the reason I brought him over here, these guys are essentially weak to melee. So even then, it's not even going to be a full kill or anything. And they've got extra health, and it's on legendary.
Closing on target position now.
Alright, that's decent. Is there anything we could do there?
Closing on target position now.
So what I'm thinking, see if this works out,
Heading to that location.
this is kind of an awkward angle, as you watch, you're going to pull back here. Or is there anywhere you can pull back and not have sight of everybody? Because basically I need him not to see these so that they don't see the fight going on. We take a shot at one of these guys. His first turn, he's probably going to try to resurrect somebody, so if we can get that guy down, he'll try to resurrect a zombie, at which point we can fire everybody at him, have the melee finish him off, trigger these guys, they do their shooting. Not perfect, but it's a plan. And that'll get you sighted. Alright. Gonna have him go up there instead. Everybody else is just gonna watch for now.
Covering now.
Alright, you're good there. They might run into range, so they're good there. Yeah, they've only got sight on those two, so we can go ahead and get it started. It's not really the one I want to shoot at, but it's... if I go here... Yeah, still can't get sight on the other guy. Alright, that's fine. Oh, for crap's sake. Yeah, that's starting it off well. Alright, it's something. It's very something. And he's somehow... See, if the first one had landed... Oh, actually no, he's still got plenty left. There's a lot of meat on the sectoid. Don't mind control, and he's mind controlled.
The voices are everywhere.
Okay, at least that missed.
There's heavy fire in this
So,
zone.
2 grenades, presumably? If my aim is a little off sometimes, you know, left-handed still, but... Such will be life. There we go, he's out in the open. Alright, Mr. Evan. How would you like to get the first kill of the campaign? Beautiful. Okay, and drop loot. Probably won't get a chance to pick it up, though. Alright.
Moving on target location.
Alright, not ideal to use the second grenade right away. But I do want to get at least some damage off this guy. Ideally 3. get out of here. Alright. Now we know we can't charge him. Ah, crap. Not what I meant to do, actually. I meant to just take a pistol shot. Alright. So he's got a momentum move. Basically, that just means after he attacks, he can run again. So, yeah, let's just put you in here. Hopefully it doesn't trigger anybody, and doesn't look like it. Okay, so they're gonna join. They're gonna join, but they're not gonna get a chance to attack yet. The way that encounters work in this one, if they find somebody flanked while they're patrolling, they will sometimes take a shot. Darn, he didn't run into the fire. So he's gonna run away to go join up with his other team there. That still leaves the commander pod out somewhere. Alright. So we have no grenades up front. Evan might be able to get this one exposed. Okay, it needs to be 2 tiles closer. So probably run up here. So I'll probably throw him out of cover, but probably won't really do that much. Yeah, there we go. Why can't she make that shot? It's a little frustrating. I think we're gonna put the Templar around the side to go deal with the guy at low health. Perfect. It's actually freakishly high damage. I don't know how he did that much. Alright, so he can't quite get a flank shot, but he can get relatively safe cover over here. And at least take a shot. He tried, he tried. Alright, so that's gonna get us a flank. Oh, we're dead. Oh, this is great right off the start. Where's the Raven sauce? It's still cooking. It's in the kitchen. We just don't have it ready yet.
I'll get him next time.
Oof, yeah, this is possibly gonna be a wipe.
I'm alright.
Just a wipe right off the bat. Now, to alleviate the inevitable comments of, oh, you could have done this, I know. I'm well aware I could have just run to the edge of the map and like picked everybody off. I was hoping we'd have one more turn before we ran into the commander squad here, but what can you do, right? And yes, I know, could have saved that one grenade. Could have, hell, maybe saved the other one too. Who knows, maybe we could have saved all of them, but no thanks. Right. So she's not doing too hot. Should have left machine gun guy on an Overwatch there. Probably gonna have to try and roll another 30%. Huh. Right, that's 100% with that, but he would take a hit. Although it's kind of a no guts, no glory kind of moment right now. We do need guys out of the way. I think this counts as a dashing move too, so he gets an evasion bonus while running. Smells like bad times, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, Now we can momentum move over here. He can probably put some decent pressure on these guys. I mean, we don't have Armored Core here, but we do have some Dark Souls with this guy. Alright. Get a flank shot here. Yeah, pretty much most of this game you can expect to be overwhelmed, outnumbered, all that kind of thing.
Closing on target position now.
But on the plus side, you can get relatively overpowered, so there's that. Just gonna have him take a random dice roll here. Sometimes you just gotta take your coin flips and hope for damage. Oh, jeez.
It's still moving.
And yeah, 70% might as well be 0%. That's just how this game works.
I'm under fire.
But this is why later on, once we get access to Grenadiers and things, you just want them around all the time because they can blow up cover. Alright, so yeah, if they're going to feel threatened by him, then we're good. Because I can probably rend that guy. I mean, the thing about Beta Strike mode, by the way, you basically can expect that everyone's going to have to take injuries. This is kind of how this works. Alright, that's self-destructed, that's fine. We're gonna try to blade this guy. Perfect. Okay. So he's gonna get him a momentum move. I can move him... How on earth is that? Why is that a... Oh, because of this guy. Okay. I was like, how is that a flank position by any means? How's his health looking like? 5. Funnily enough, this blocks his line of sight, so this would technically be considered a safe tile. Yeah, I think this is probably the safer bet. So basically with these guys, if you get one kill with them, they get stronger and stronger and stronger as time goes on. As long as you don't use their points for abilities. Alright, you're just gonna watch. This might get her killed off.
Orders confirmed. On the move.
But it's a good attack. Yeah, 94%, 40% crit.
I'm out of firepower over here.
Okay, good. Now Hamilton's in okay position. Don't think this guy counts as flanked, so he's not going to panic. This would be kind of a long-range shot if he decided to try it, so... Alright, it's going to be risky.
Roger that.
But we're going to go for this. It's especially risky because he can't reload and fire the next round out of that position. Perfect, okay.
Target disabled.
Thank you, Evan. Alright, that's not good. It's especially not good. Oh, I forgot he had dodge. I always forget those guys have dodge. Honestly, I usually think Templars are the worst of the new special characters. Alright, that's most of their damage gone. What's the last guy gonna do? Come on, don't do anything serious and we're alright. Ah, crap. Well, he's just... Oh, no, he's dead. I was gonna say he's just bleeding out, but no, he's just straight up dead.
Locked and loaded.
Alright, so she has to reload, so she might as well try to take this shot. Perfect.
Target down.
Right.
Feel the power of the Templar.
So his damage is pretty good at this point. Not to mention he's got mobility for days.
For the cause.
But they're kind of hard to replace, so there is that.
I'm on the move.
Technically his odds are slightly better to hit on an Overwatch shot.
I'm under fire.
Okay. That was dumb of him.
Eager to strike me.
Huh.
I'm on the move. Affirmative. Covering now.
Like, it's funny because on the beta strike mode is in some ways harder than like Long War's Long War 2 rather's intro, even Long War of the Chosen and all that. It does still start off in a similar way, but because you get so many more resources, that one's actually pretty easy. But I kind of find beta strike is it's kind of its own little challenge mode. It's fun. All right. Question is, will this pull him back? So it's gonna be 2 to 5. It's guaranteed damage though. So yeah, I think we just keep going down with the bolts there. Yeah, I was out of ammo anyway. Probably should have bladed. But you only know when you know, right? So in a situation like this, it makes sense to just have everybody go all out in terms of attacking him. If you have somebody sitting on Overwatch, they will typically single them out in terms of marking and shooting at them. Alright, so Evan can be the one that does the overwatching. You're just gonna hunger.
In position.
Darn.
Come on, focus.
Oh. Somebody did a thing. Thanks for the subscription, Evan. Also, coincidentally, you just got shot. I'm sorry about that. The subscription noise was so loud that it got your character shot. Yeah, funnily enough, you rolled as one of the first characters. Also got the first kill of the campaign. So, there you go. Alright, come on. That's not great.
Missed.
Right, how far are you? Reasonably far. Alright, go here.
I can make it.
This should pressure him into moving. Don't kill me, that's how we do. Okie doke. Alright, you can go hide in this tree.
Position.
And try to get him on an Overwatch again. Yeah, it looks like he's going after the Templar.
Get it together.
But yeah, so I forgot to put it in the title there. Oh, nope, miss. Oh, crap. You didn't see that. Also, your tree, or your gun is apparently humping this tree. I'm not sure what that's about.
Commander, we're taking heavy losses. We may have to adjust our approach.
Yeah, our approach is this guy needs to stop cheating with the dice rolls. 'Cause he should have died so many times by now. See, how do you spawn with a Templar? This is War of the Chosen. You basically... You randomly pick one of them if you don't pick any of them. There, finally. Good lord. That guy. Screw that guy in particular.
Secure. We're not picking up any inbound contacts. Scanners are clear. Menace 1-5, we have a limited window to act before Advent responds. We need to get those charges planted on the double.
Overwatch.
And there we go. There's the intro done. That was dumb. But yeah, so we're doing it with Beta Strike mode, like I was saying earlier. Basically, it doubles the health of pretty much all units. It's more like a 50% increase for some of the super heavy ones, but it basically means that all fights last a whole lot longer. And the whole fact that you're outnumbered matters a lot more. Because one of the things that made vanilla pretty easy is that rating fair. Okay, if you say so. But there you go. There's one of the big things for War of the Chosen. You get a promotional poster with every completed mission. But anyway, still need to try again. Always start with the normal people and then gain a skirmisher and shadow person. I think it's probably because you had what's it? You probably had the Lost and Abandoned thing enabled. You got to turn that off. But yeah, no. So, like I said before, I expect this campaign to faceplant real hard. Really don't expect it to last any length of time. It's just, yeah, this is not a rule set that's made for winning. But it's okay, we'll make sure that everyone comes back. So what kind of poster can we give you? There we go, this looks alright. How's that looking? By the way, had you wear a lizard skin and a welding mask, it felt appropriate, given what happened last campaign. Okie doke. Yes. Alright, so we got one Grenadier, not a bad start. Came out with pretty much maximum injuries. Alright, who else is in the armory at this point? Alright. We got Fragile, we got Tails. This one's actually one of the random ones I can't get rid of for whatever reason. They're just from my my very first campaign through the game. One of the last colonels that died at the very end. Let's see, we got Exile from AC3. And we got a whole lot of AC3 here, actually. AC2 here. One random guy with... Okay, I don't know why this guy didn't roll anything. He's just a random dude. It's supposed to be character pool only. But whatever. Let's see. I think Evan's actually in here one more time. Do we want any of these? I don't think we really want to hire any of them until... we do want some, though. Alright. Whatever, that's fine. Let's do research.
Impressive, isn't it?
It's where the corpses of my charred enemies. Guess that means I can't go to Lizard Man Heaven. Or maybe that is Lizard Man Heaven. You just wear lizards. Gonna start off with experimental weapons. I know they're not a lot of folks' favorite. Personally, I really think the crossbow is pretty OP.
See you on your feet again.
Yes. We as commandy guy, we as on boat. Alright, so we start off with a scientist.
My people understand the value of our cooperation.
By the way, I turned off most of the background dialogue just because it kind of gets to be a bit much. So if you're wondering why it's a little bit quiet, that's why. So I think we'll start off with a resistance ring. It just gives you so many more things to work with. Unfortunately, it's on Legendary, so it's going to take ages for that thing to build. I think normal is 10 days, and this is going to take 24. Definitely want a flashbang. And that'll be that. Let's get our scienceman. Best bet would be an engineer, but oh well. Guess we don't start off with one of those this time. So yeah, anyone unfamiliar with it, basically you get engineers and scientists. Those allow you to develop your floating air base kind of thing. Yeah, really, we got Cass from New Vegas. It supplies. Halfway through this thing, we're going to get the first set of missions. And yeah, you basically go out on missions for different rewards. The ones that you don't do end up going forward with their effects. So, yeah, there we go. We're going to get an engineer out of this one. Supposedly it's easy, so that's probably 2 or 3 pods. You do get to the point that you're eventually fighting like 25-something with only 4 people. And if you're doing Long War of the Chosen, that gets even more intense, in which you're effectively fighting Infinite. But, well... just basic rookies, not really too much to customize about them. And away they go. And no, I don't know why I randomly put in Tails. I think I just saw a Sonic mod or something. I'm like, you know what? I don't want Sonic in there, but I want Tails in there. And yeah, when it comes to Long War of the Chosen, it's actually really, really solid. So basically, Long War 2 it really wasn't everybody's cup of tea. It tended to be pretty tedious and pretty bleak. I've seen a few runs of it that seemed pretty alright. I mean, it did the whole, you know, managing a resistance thing in a really cool way and all that, but honestly I kind of felt it did it a little bit too well because it just felt depressing to play. But then, yeah, Long War of the Chosen basically takes the cool mechanics from it, it adds the cool Saturday morning cartoon vibe of War of the Chosen, and then it's like, you know what, screw it, let's just make a depressing Saturday morning cartoon, so we're basically Transformers now. Let's just let's just do that. Yeah, my daughter's been super into Transformers lately, so we've been watching Transformers Prime there. I did not realize how surprisingly good that show was. Now, granted, I haven't watched all the Transformers stuff or whatever else, but just was really expecting kitty trash out of that when I first saw it. Because I just never heard anything good about it. Alright, so still in concealment. Haven't found anyone yet. New Transformers on Netflix next week. Which one? By the way, these guys' rules for this thing, it's typically got about 20 health. I believe for the purposes of this particular mode, because all the timers and health bars are extended, I think it gets like 30 or something like that, so they really gotta attack it a while. But anywho, they can only attack it once per turn, unless they're active. And/or unless there's a sectopod, in which case they can just step on it and you fail. Which almost never happens. I mean, typically it's something along the lines of you have to actually trigger the sectopod and drag it over the objective for that to happen.
Already there.
Ah, crap. Well, they get a free turn. More balloons. They're just here trying to advertise Marble League. Right, if you could maybe not murder everyone, that'd be great. One of the big things that conveniently goes both ways when it comes to Beta Strike mode is, yeah, grenades are far less powerful. Their damage over time effects definitely matter a lot more, but as far as direct damage, yeah, it just kind of tickles everybody. So the entire thing just feels like everybody invested in proper armor. It's kind of neat. See, I say proper, it's not exactly like there's been anything invented that can really take a direct grenade to the face, but still, this is the future, you know? This is the distant future, they've got all these crazy space artifacts, these guys look like RoboCop, I mean, I'm pretty sure they must have something. But either way, it's kind of got that X Division feeling where you gotta go and team up on just random grunts to be able to take them out. Now this is gonna be a little bit risky. Oh no, he's still covered. Let's put you here. Might pressure him a little bit. And you're just gonna watch. Okay, that was completely worthless. I think we're gonna need a grenade to dislodge him. Would have been real nice to have the Grenadier available for this one. Right. Of course, unless we can get to windows. Perfect. I'll be able to get 2 free flank shots here. I mean, plus side, we can continue with X Division logic and probably just bring Evan back as a robot. Technically nothing against it. I mean, robots and vehicles are basically the same thing in this one. So why not, right? Now we're gonna have Sam here take a shot. If he lands this somehow, then we're gonna run Exile in and finish him off. Nice. Even rolled for more damage than the other two. Right, don't miss. 85%. What can possibly go wrong? Ah, it's so satisfying. War for Cybertron trilogy. You like the sparks in this game? Yeah, they're pretty dang good. I actually never realized that the kind of randomized challenge mode that you can do, you can actually customize your team for that. So you can have a customized spark in your team. I always thought it was just fully random and you bring whatever. Alright. Hang on, if it's the War for Cybertron trilogy, is that like... Is that trying to follow the same thing as the games?
Roger that.
Like, the ones that were actually decent that people liked?
Heading there now.
I'll be honest, I always forget which ones are the good ones and which ones are the bad ones. It's just so hard to keep track with Transformers.
On Overwatch. Good to go.
Alright, so I don't know how much health that thing has. I'm not sure if we do get to find out. Alright, getting good cover, yes.
Roger that.
I'm assuming the reason that this guy didn't roll a random character. The ones that start off in the DLC armors and the blowout hairdo, they're supposed to be a reference to a playthrough that somebody did forever ago, in which there were basically 2 units that survived a base. So you start off with survived a base raid. After basically having, I think that their whole reasoning behind it was that they self-destructed the base or something. Forget exactly what that story was like. Point being, though, that's why you start off with a reference to that for whatever reason. I don't know if they were just fans of it, or if this was one of the developers, or who knows. Alright, so we're gonna take some bad cover. I kind And, oh, that thing's not even close to going down. Okay.
Menace 1-5, we've got a line on the target. Move to protect that gear at all costs.
See, if the mask of the original movie, been scared to watch cartoon Transformers. I mean, Prime used the last movie as, or I don't know if it's the other way around, but it seemed to use the stuff from the Bumblebee from the last Bumblebee movie. Though, again, I'll admit I don't know when any of that came out exactly. Right. Perfect. Oof. That looked like it hurt.
Weapons burning is my fast. Moving out.
Probably going after troopers is the best bet here. They're going to start resurrecting zombies next round. Basically, if they have the ability to res a zombie, that's going to be their first move. And unfortunately, we're probably just going to have to retreat and deal with everybody as they come.
No respite for the dead. The aliens have found a way to mind control them now.
See, live action movies are fine. I'm talking about the 1985 movie. Have you seen that one? That's a definite maybe. Is that the one where, oh, okay, just disorientated. Is that the one where Optimus dies and then doesn't? Which they've similarly done in Prime like 3 or 4 times each for the big guys. Like, I think they've killed off Megatron at least 4 times now that I think about it. Is this a flank? No. This is.
Moving to designated coordinates.
If this rolls a 5, we push forward. Okay. Nice split, dude. Oh man, they're so undignified, it's great. Okay, this guy's gonna dash back.
No need to ask twice. Hitting out.
I'm just gonna try to avoid the zombie for the time being. Just deal with troopers as we head backwards. I mean, these things are basically just gonna plink off their armor anyway. That's a shame.
Not even close. Weapons burning ammo fast.
Right, maybe don't.
Help! Help! Someone help!
He just refuses to get mind controlled. So, cool thing about Panic in X2 is they never fire at their own units. They'll always either run away and hunker, or run away and shoot at whatever scared them. It's pretty nice. Yeah, he dies, and 5 of the Autobots get massacred in their ship. Sounds about right. Yeah, it's been a very long time then. So that would be a yes, but I barely remember anything than a couple scenes. Though personally, I'm usually a big fan of when they're going and killing off long-term characters. Oh, get out of here. They slapped down Miles. This guy will continue his flank war.
I'm on the move.
He's basically just playing knights with this guy. Oh, for crap's sake, 85%, man. Yeah, we might have to leave.
Weapons burning ammo fast.
Which sucks, because we kind of need to win this one. Alright, whatever. You escape this way, and survive, and get hit, apparently. Yeah, this is going completely to crap. Perfect. At least one of them should stay back and start attacking the objective thing there. I probably should have pulled back and dealt with 3 at a time. Not much to be done about it now. So as a child, that's hell of a thing. Robotech pulled that stun too. Really shapes a person. True. Oh, for crap's sake. Sure, they get their 70% every time. No, yeah, I just kind of expected bad outcomes to a lot of games for that same reason, actually. It's like whenever playing with, whenever playing with Legos, they pretty much always just ended up getting wiped out at the end of whatever I was going for. No, part of that was from playing a hell of a lot of Armored Core and BattleTech.
The objective isn't worth the lives of our remaining troops. I'd recommend we abort while we still can.
Yeah, realistically, we probably should. This is maybe winnable. It seems very unlikely that it's winnable.
Let's do this.
It's like this guy's got nowhere to run but backwards, really. All I can hope for is that if we successfully run far enough, maybe they'll just decide to attack one at a time, and maybe the zombies will expire. Maybe.
Copy that.
I mean, to be fair, that guy kind of deserved it from missing 2 85% shots. I mean, he started off at an advantage against that guy, and pretty much completely blew it. But yeah, no, at the very beginning of the very first BattleTech like DOS game there, they're like, oh yeah, so here's all your whole intro area. Here's here's how all these mechanics work. Oh wait, guess what? You lose your starting mech. You basically get destroyed in the intro. You barely crawl out of the wreckage, and hopefully don't get stepped on your way out of the robot apocalypse that just broke out. It's kind of intense. Now, these kinds of situations are why you typically want to bring a flashbang along, but then at the same time, there's no way you'd be fighting out of this. It's like if both the two sectoids manage to land right next to each other, maybe. But this is a complete no-go right now. Even if he landed every single shot, he would still have to deal with the fact that he might get mind controlled at any time. Even though he was resisted it twice.
Avenger, all XCOM operatives are dead or MIA. I'm returning to base.
Get that classic game over music.
With today's decisive blow to XCOM dissidents, Advent peacekeepers expressed confidence that the so-called resistance organization is on its last legs. Why not?
I mean, they're not wrong.
By visiting your local Advent burger.
Also, wait, I just noticed. I can't believe I missed that earlier. Freaking 12 months? Dang, dude. And that message of "Don't kill me." Ugh. Bad timing. Bad timing. Yeah, there is more we can do, as in not sending out just rookies. Also, hopefully not a double sectoid sewer mission next time. See, part of the thing is, you need melee units of some kind to deal with sectoids in this version.
Progress, Commander. I've updated our objectives based on the latest findings.
I realize the conditions you are operating under are not ideal, Commander.
Yes, yes.
To do better, the Resistance is counting on you.
Commander, we have a lead on the alien black site, but we'll have to
Stop
rely on
criticizing me!
to actually get us into the facility.
But no, that's definitely not ideal though.
As soon as possible. It's the only
Because I don't know what dark event that would have been blocking.
Avatar project.
Not to mention we don't have our starter engineer, which is about as much of a worst case scenario as you can expect, because that's a large part of your trickle income. Alright. So. Once we get Proving Ground, we can get access to those. Power relay construction? Interesting. Okay. I mean, we might as well, really.
I foresee a number.
Because we don't really have the means to expand anywhere, so...
Technology. I'll have a
Fine.
report assembled as soon as the research is complete.
Strategic resource located.
Alright, 55 supplies. Some free rookies out of that.
Some of my followers have encountered difficulties in the field. Your aid would certainly lessen the risks.
Alright, sweet, we get a scientist, 73 intel, a sharpshooter, and a ranger. Dang, this is, suspicious.
Setting course for
That's a bit too merciful. Like, the game will basically adjust itself. If it sees that you're getting kicked in the dick repeatedly, it'll be like, okay, have some better rewards for a minute.
We're detecting lost activity in this area.
Um,
Forces will need to be especially vigilant.
yeah, she's out of commission. It really would be good to have Grenadier, but... oh well. Oh well. I think we'll give Kaiser the flashbang here. And basically the lost means if you use grenades here, there will be zombies that pop out, you gotta deal with all of them. The zombies don't have their health doubled. Basically the whole shtick there is if you kill a zombie, you get to attack again. So, yeah, Beta Strike mode does not apply to them very much. But it is a situation where you can easily weaponize them, because you typically don't want to be taking direct fights in most cases. Thomas support first thing, Potato does get me killed. Yeah, I know, right? What a way to celebrate a year of getting you killed repeatedly in these runs. I mean, it's a weird it's a weird thing at this point. Like, I swear it seems like every time that you subscribe you die again. It's like some kind of reverse paying for the afterlife. Man.
We only have a rough idea where they might be, so the Resistance is sending one of their soldiers to help in the search.
It's okay, it's okay. After all this other stuff, we're going to be doing OV64 again. Doing that whole no pause, no everything kind of situation. I mean, we're going to have to do equipment for that one, because that's a huge chunk of OV64's actual planning. But still, no pause seems like it'd be pretty difficult for that one. That's going to be after the hand is all handy again.
Are hunkered down and holding position somewhere in this area. Our highest priority is locating them first, but keep an eye out for any additional survivors nearby. Once you've secured the targets, move to the designated coordinates for extraction. Keep your heads up out there, people.
Alright, yeah, these ones aren't bad. Famous last words.
Hitting in now.
Alright, one zombie.
Are those humans?
It appears
Humans?
devices dropped during the first invasion had a degenerative effect on these citizens, causing their physical and mental health to rapidly decay.
Do we want to know what's going on here? Because,
They are certainly dangerous.
I think there's a little bit of a story here. Alright. But either way, sharpshooter would be handy right now. Seems like they're giving us the two classes we haven't gotten yet. Since there is a pretty notable situation where you gotta choose between your starting units, like you basically have to choose between going for the spies or going for the ground units. Typically, the spies are going to be the better choice. You basically go for the GTS. Like previously, GTS used to be like no questions asked, the one to go for. But then with this one, Resistance Ring or any of the other ones might be a better choice. So these guys will get activated by Lost. They'll start fighting them right away. So we're not actually activated at this point. But the nice thing is, with these kinds of missions, you can just basically leave the enemies to fight each other for the most part. Until you activate your dudes in the circles, they're technically just a prop. Like, they don't get activated until you run into that circle. It's kind of weird. It's another one of those things that they fixed when it came to Long War of the Chosen. It's like some of the awkward mission encounters. A little bit gamey, but what can you do, right? So if you leave them be, they will just beat the crap out of these guys, and you don't gotta worry about them. Where's the second damage? Apparently the second one missed. There we go. Slowly peck away at his health. So basically what you do in this case is you just sit and watch them get eaten by zombies. Sometimes they'll pull a win out of it. Usually they won't. Especially when they take genius moves like that, trying to hit somebody way, way, way down range, instead of trying to actually fight the ones nearby them. Or better yet, try to overwatch them instead of making use of their infinite turns. Or infinite attacks here. Especially sectoids get ripped apart by these things. It's especially notable later when they start taking like 6-7 damage from these slaps. Like, it's especially funny that they're trying to do the Overwatch thing, because it gets immediately removed. Fun times, fun times. So we're only going to bother attacking them if they actually manage to break themselves free. And even then, they'll patrol around the map, they'll usually try to fight more lost. If at any point anyone throws a grenade, that'll trigger more of them to spawn. It's good times. It's just since they constantly get infinite reinforcements on these maps, you typically want to make sure that everything is as clear as possible before you do anything. Oof. God took it in the dome. Okay, yeah. I think at this point we're probably okay to start going forward, maybe. Because they're almost certainly going to wipe them out next round.
Feel the power of the Templars. We fight on equal terms.
Perfect move? No. Do I have a plan? At least somewhat. I just figure there's the possibility for him to get a focus point. Now he should be able to momentum move into the circle of the sharpshooter there, who should then be able to take a bunch of shots.
That's one of the contacts we were looking for, but there are still others in the area.
Okay. So, that'll boost him up a little bit. We're gonna have the flashbang move forward and deal with the sectoid next round, because he's gonna zombie this round. Perfect. Okay, this one's closest. Get him gone. Ideally, is there any others close by? They're probably going to go for that guy. See how many shots he can take. Nope, nope. He's just gonna fail immediately. Always fun. Right, yeah. Probably go thin the herd. This guy's gonna take a bunch of shots, but like, they'll typically prioritize these guys, but you never know.
Cible neutralisée. Affirmatif, je couvre la zone. Envoyez des munitions.
Rude. Okay. So he's not doing so good. Please go for zombies. Please hit him. Oh, come on now.
Readings are all over the place. The lost are almost right on top of you. These lost seem to be pretty simple. That are likely to draw even more of them.
Now, they say the sounds of combat. Basically what they're saying is explosions. Gunshots, for whatever reason, don't. You know, justify that how you will. They just don't get alerted by that. No, that's not going to be too useful. Get that guy over there. Need to have the Templar going off and giving that guy a slice. Alright, roll the dice. Beautiful.
Abschuss bestätigt.
Alright, try to clean this guy, reload, and then probably fire at the sectoid.
Ennemi descendu. Va secouer. Négatif. Mon arme est vide.
Low odds, but screw it. Odds are odds. Sometimes they just decide to be good. Come on, do it. For the shot. Gonna pick up whatever this is, hope it's a repeater or a stock or something. An expanded mag, whatever.
This is what we came for.
Excellent. Okay. Then he can momentum pretty close to this guy. Now that I think about it, it's really weird that he got mind controlled earlier, because those guys are basically the willpower class. So we're going to disorientate him and bring in more zombies. Arguably, I should have waited, but oh well. Oh my god, that's a lot of them. So they might have the numbers. Oh, never mind. Perfect, actually. Yeah, no, I totally knew that they were over there. So they're gonna get swarmed, they're gonna go fight all of them for us. Technically speaking, they're not triggered yet, so we should be able to send somebody around the side. Perfect. Perfection. By the way, they kind of have moves. They have a lot of move. Alright, now that'll make a second one appear. Why are they so volatile? Okay. Now, as you can see, these can go from good to bad very quickly. So you have one bad dice roll, and suddenly you're kind of overwhelmed. The fun part is, though, you basically are guaranteed a promotion when you go on these. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention, I have a bit of an idea here, because I found out recently, like, originally I had thought that when it came to Tactics Ogre on the Saturn, I could have sworn, from everything that I had heard, that the actual voice acting only applied to like, the cutscenes like they did in the PSP version. Turns out, no, I'm completely wrong on that. They actually apply to, all of it. Like, literally all the regular cutscenes have friggin' voice acting. So, yes, it's Japanese only, but I was considering to do a run of that one, because I really want to see what that sounds like. Really want to see what everybody sounds like. Actually, was kind of glad that when it came to Lands, which was the one that showed up in the chat topic there, that they didn't exactly go for a generic evil guy. At least they sounded somewhat normal. Because again, it wouldn't really make sense for them to go for generic evil guy, considering he's not... Like, it's funny, because he's not technically the bad guy. It's like, to some degree, yes. You know, they're morally dicey, but, all things considered, they do try to avoid conflict throughout most of the game. Right, that's one there. Oh, you know what I forgot to use? I forgot to give anybody the antique weapons. Probably be pretty useful right about now. Okay, so he's gonna zombie. Which is fine, because he's gonna get rent. He's gonna get rent so good he almost won't be affected by the virus. Har har, everybody's gonna get evicted jokes. Yeesh. Yeah, for anyone overseas, we're kind of expecting a mass eviction event all over the US. It's not great. Definitely not ideal. I know after kind of coasting for several months to some reasonable success, we're sort of heading down that particular trajectory if nothing works out within the next few weeks. But, you know, it was inevitable. Something had to go wrong eventually. It's absolutely crazy that somehow this is still going on. Alright. Oof, okay. Less than perfect. Alright. Tell you what. Let me go ahead and start with this kind of business. Use his momentum move to go rescue the dude. This one will pass out. Slash become a puddle of goo. Right, dude guy that we need is up there. Stairs that we need to get to him are over here. So any sectoids he runs into, he can just shred now. Missed good. That's not actually what he said, but it's fine. Yeah, funnily enough, there's actually a discussion of banned snipers in the multiplayer tournament that's coming up. If you're wondering why exactly I'm playing this without mods at the moment. It's, yeah, because the tournament's coming up any day now. Might as well just keep firing here. Love how they have those kill zone pistols. It gets such a strong kill zone weapon vibe from this game. I will say, I loved the atmosphere of Killzone 2, but my god was that game weird to play. Like, everything was kind of a little bit off, like all your guns were weirdly inaccurate, all your movement was kind of janky. And it was intentional, it was supposed to be all hyper-immersive and everything, and sweet lord, who came up with a giant boat of zombies? Was it Dawn of the Dead that had the end? Yeah, I think it was the Dawn of the Dead remake that had the boat of people showing up and then immediately getting swarmed by zombies. This is basically the aftermath of that. And part of the problem is that even though you can keep wiping them out over and over, they'll keep coming in bigger and bigger waves, until eventually you're getting like 20 of them in one wave.
Adjusting sights. Weapons burning out fast.
Don't want to risk him running out of shots. Thin the hurt a little bit. Try to deal with the sectoid, because like if I get rid of the ones close to them, then they send more to meet up with them. Let's keep rolling the dice against this guy. Eventually they have to hit. And despite the fact that it's technically checking for hit chance more than physically doing anything, bear in mind that it will still have a chance to break through their cover. So terrain is still getting affected by missed shots. So volume of fire is perfectly viable. Streaming the tourney. Technically not allowed to by the rules, but we'll be recording it. I expect to lose pretty much immediately. Yeah, why don't we have you go here? Man, I will say I've tested out the multiplayer every now and then since it's been announced. Won at least some fights. Not like overtly terrible at it or whatever. It's just that there's a lot of people that have years of experience. Man, this guy does not get mind controlled. It's kind of hilarious. It's the third time in a row that somebody's trying to mind control him and whipped. If only he used both hands to aim, he might occasionally hit something. But yeah, no, so there's a lot of worries about stream sniping and all that kind of thing. So apparently both sides have to stream through Discord, however that works. I actually wasn't aware that Discord had a streaming function. But apparently they're using that to make sure no one cheats. Which, I mean, I kind of feel like if you're throwing yourself out there and allowing somebody to potentially stream snipe you, you kind of just accept that. But who knows? They're panicking for good reason. So we need to clear this up. Oh, you're kidding me right now. Not the 85% misses now. This is not the time for it. Can't do anything about that guy. Thank you, very French man. Right, here's the deal. This guy needs to go. I think Rend will take him for a bit more than half his health. Come on, crit it. Weird snapshot. There is a chance for a crit here. Nice! Okay, got knocked unconscious. Or at least stunned. Yeah, I forgot that they could do that. Alright. So that's gonna be like that. Let's get you over here.
I trust in your command.
Now with him out of the way, we really got to start clearing out this, Oh, you're kidding me. Whew. Welcome to RNG Town. Population of these poor bozos. Nice. And then, since that one guy was technically targeting the sectoid, but they knew they were going to win, they just went ahead and canceled their turn. So they skipped out on an attack, and oh, for God's sake, 3 80% now in a row. You gotta be joking me. RNG, please be nice. Right, all these twos I need to leave for the sniper. Because infinite ammo, guaranteed 2 damage, they're very accurate with a pistol.
Kill confirmed.
And you can stop pocketing the thing, you're gonna need it again in a second.
Target eliminated.
Okay. So there's 3 here. If this rolls a 3, he can blade the other one. Right. He doesn't have the perk to get out of that situation either. There's a perk that if you fire your pistol as your first action, you don't have to, you basically don't end your turn, you can just keep moving. Is he really oh boy. Okay, he needs to move back here, so he can start doing his actual sniping.
Stepping off.
Guy can't even take any more hits. Very real possibility Fragile's dead, because I really wouldn't have expected him to miss even more of those same hits. Good. Alright, well, give him a bit of a defense bonus. Basically, this gives every possible thing a 20% chance to miss him. And if you're thinking, surely they'll, the game will just stop spawning zombies after a while, I've literally had cases where this will go up to 150 or higher. Come on, guaranteed 4 damage. Nice.
Good riddance.
Very nice.
Target neutralized. Back online.
Alright, that should be that then. And they go pick up this guy. I think that automatically spawns an extra horde. Then they go pick up the other assault that's just hanging out on the boat, wondering why everybody's passing by.
Menace 1-5, you've got the primary targets in tow. Secure any additional operatives if possible, but make sure you get our contacts to the evac point.
Oof. This is basically St. John's from Enemy Unknown. Or Enemy Within.
I'm ready. Affirmative, covering now. On the move. On Overwatch. Kyle, forgive me.
God, he's bad with that thing.
Ich rücke aus. Gebe Feuerschutz.
Je suis prêt à y aller. Vigilance.
Next time. Ziel neutralisiert.
Oh, now you guys can hit. Okay.
Kill confirmed.
When they're running at friggin' Mach 5 across the pier. Now when there's 90% chance to hit and they're not going anywhere.
Bedrohung ausgeschaltet. Ziel eliminiert. Die Waffe verschlingt meine Munition. Waffe geladen.
Just do the reload, take another shot, and nail it, please.
Ziel neutralisiert.
So the sniper guy's right there. He can just take his free pistol shot and 100% this guy.
Enemy down.
In fact, he might be able to clear it out entirely. How he fires so fast is anyone's guess, but you know, maybe he's extremely motivated right now. Got that determination.
Hostile neutralized.
Nice.
Enemy destroyed. Back in. Scanning. Get to the invaders.
And so if he runs this one, he should be able to take the momentum move to go pick up the assault on the boat.
The spirit awaits their turn.
Just barely.
Guide my
Should have attacked him from this angle. Actually, no, that was enough. Perfect.
There are no additional VIPs or resistance operatives working in that area. You should be clear to move for extraction.
Dang it, Bravus. crit.
Is getting shorter. Rolling out.
Okay, so far so good.
We don't have X.
Yes, absolutely, everybody's injured and completely freaking broken, but hey, that's, again, just the magic of this particular game mode. You're kind of expected to take all this crazy amount of damage.
Eliminado.
I can make it.
All this talk of Transformers earlier. The, whatever Templar voice this guy uses kind of sounds like Starscream.
Position bestätigt.
Affirmativ. J'y vais.
Got it.
Alright, there's that one. They might get one more wave.
Roger that. Firebrand has the VIP.
Should be able to make it to escape before anything happens, though.
To the extraction point as soon as possible. The longer we wait around, the worse our chances look.
I don't know about that. I think we're pretty well solid at this point.
Orders confirmed. On the move.
It's actually funny because the speedrun strategy for this game basically involves sitting here for like an hour, just taking your first zombie mission, blowing out all the floors underneath you, and just basically sitting and overwatching forever, taking all your shots. Pretty much giving everybody enough experience to get all the way up to Colonel, and then essentially using that to get a free promotion every mission. Because you don't just automatically hop up from bottom rank to the top one, but you do store up experience, so by the end of it you can just have a giant pile of experience in there. And then every time you leave the base you get promoted again.
Just in time.
Alright.
All XCOM operatives are secure. Firebrand is returning to base.
See, no one died that time. 55 kills. Wouldn't call it justice, but okay. I mean, we got that one dude out. That looks pretty cool.
I certainly hope our propaganda effort is not funded from my research budget.
And we pay everyone in beans here. Literally, your only currency is supplies, so presumably you're just going like, oh yeah, would you go repair this car for 3 hot pockets? Presumably they said yes.
Plotting to destroy all we have been, to return us to the chaos of the old world. Only together can we oppose them. United in the elders' love for us, we shall prevail. No matter the cost.
I'm a little bit... I'd be surprised if there wasn't a mod that came out that just replaced the name Elders with a certain other name that's been all over the news lately. Just, like, called it Fox Mode, or Foxcom or something. Just feels like the kind of thing that would happen. I'm sure that would break some rules or something.
As if things weren't bad enough between the elders, their alien armies, and the chosen. Now we've got zombies to deal with.
Alright. And the rest of these are all well and good. Parry is stupid good. Basically, that just means at the end of your turn, instead of taking your momentum move, you can use it to just ignore a single attack. So you can put them up right in somebody's face and just ignore anything.
Primary reconnaissance unit, capable of moving independently in concealment while engaging enemies at close range.
Oh, nice. These two can become friends now. Yay. I always forget about the friend system. that works. So we got a Funeral Mask from AC2 and Fragile from AC3. Became buddies. But alright, so I gotta go get some more stuff done for today. So that'll be that for today. Now let me just go push the obligatory add button. Supposedly if you do that for a while, good stuff happens. I don't know for sure, but it's probably annoying, so feel free to just bail. But anyway, that'll be that for today. Thank you guys for stopping by, and yeah, see you soon.